ranking every NBA team for the 2025 season. Number 30, the Charlotte Hornets. The Hornets are a complete disaster. Bro, with LaMelo Ball, they're the worst team in the league. Without LaMelo Ball, they're one of the worst teams in NBA history. And they might be without LaMelo Ball because he's always injured, number one. And number two, there's a lot of talks about him getting traded. So who else is gonna lead the team? Miles Bridges, Mr. 40% field goal percentage? I don't think so. Number 29, the Utah Jazz. Bro, if you just look at their starting lineup, I'm just gonna say the names just for fun. Isaiah Collier, Bryce Sensabaugh, Kyle Filipowski, and Walker Kessler. Is that not a horrible starting lineup? But listen, sometimes there's teams without big names, but they're still a good team. They're just like underrated players. These guys aren't underrated. They stink. Number 28, the Brooklyn Nets. Who's left? D'Angelo Russell, Cameron Johnson. I mean, listen, those are good skill players, but can they lead a team? No. Number 27, the Washington Wizards. I mean, this is an improvement from last year. They were last place last year. Listen, they're still a horrible team, don't get me wrong. I'm just a little bit more optimistic because they at least have a future. The other teams I talked about so far, like, I don't know what they're doing. At least the Wizards are gonna be good in a few years, but right now, 27. 26! This one hurts my heart. The Portland Trailblazers. They were looking like an amazing young team last year. They were looking like they might be top 15 for this season. And then everything fell apart. They traded Anthony Simons, one of their best scorers on the team. They spent their money on Damian Lillard, who's out for the season. So what was looking like a young team on the rise, kind of like the Rockets a couple years ago, kind of like the Cavaliers a couple of years ago, now they're kind of falling apart. Are they a veteran team with Lillard and Drew Holiday? Are they going that route? Or are they gonna be a young, explosive team? It looks like they couldn't decide, and they're trying to be a little bit of both. They lost Anthony Simons, they got Damian Lillard, they got Drew Holiday. It's a weird lineup they have right now. It's not looking good. Number 25, the Chicago Bulls. Bro, sign Josh Giddey, Chicago. They would be higher if they had Josh Giddey, but they have not signed him. He's the best player on this team. So the fact that it's 50-50 whether he comes back, it affects the rankings. I can't put them higher than this without Josh Giddey because the rest of the team isn't looking that great. I mean, they got Mataz Buzelis. I think that's how you say his name. Probably not. He's a young and up-and-coming star. I literally think he will be an all-star in like 3 years. They got rid of Lonzo Ball, but the whole point of getting rid of Lonzo was for Josh Giddey to prosper, to be the main point guard. But without Josh Giddey, the whole idea of the Bulls falls apart. Number 24, this might surprise some of you, the Phoenix Suns. Listen, they're not higher than this. Jalen Green is not gonna make the Suns any better than when they had Kevin Durant. Devin Booker, Jalen Green, and Dylan Brooks. It looks good on paper. 3 guys that could score. Dylan Brooks is a good defender. But the Phoenix Suns have had the same problem ever since they lost Chris Paul. They don't have a point guard. They don't have a true point guard, so they have Devin Booker, who is one of the best shooting guards in the NBA in the last 10 years. This is the guy that scored 70 points. He is a shooting guard. They are forcing him to play point guard. They're putting Jalen Green at shooting guard, and it's a disaster. The lineup makes no sense. This team has talent, but there's nothing to put it together. At number 23, we have the Sacramento Kings, who made a huge mistake, in my opinion, trading De'Aaron Fox. Because once again, we have a team without a point guard. If I read off their lineup, minus the point guard, it sounds good. Zach LaVine, DeMar DeRozan, Keegan Murray, Domantas Sabonis, a pretty good bench too, but no point guard. I don't know if you're noticing, but this kind of tier of teams, like from 23 to 27, they have talent. Like, they're not horrible players, but they have no idea, the team, how to construct a lineup, how to put it together. So yeah, this team has plenty of talent, but without a point guard to run the offense, disaster. Number 22, the New Orleans Pelicans. It's Zion Williamson and who else? Like, for for years. And who else has it been? Every time the Pelicans get a decent player besides Zion, they get rid of him. Brandon Ingram, gone. Dyson Daniels, who we'll talk about soon, gone. It's Zion and a bunch of nobodies right now. The reason they're not like at the end is because Zion is still incredible. He's starting to get a little bit healthier. He might take a leap this season. I honestly think Zion is finally going to make the jump that everybody's been waiting for. Number 21, the Toronto Raptors. I will say this is when we start to get into the next tier of teams. The teams that don't completely suck. The Raptors are not a bad team. Scotty Barnes, every year he's getting a little bit better. I think he will become an all-star this season or next season. Brandon Ingram, RJ Barrett, they have a big three. But besides that big three, Immanuel Quickley, one of the most underrated point guards in the NBA. 17 points, 6 assists per game. I love assists because right now just people don't have point guards anymore. So the teams that actually do have point guards, they play better. Number 20, the Miami Heat. Bro, this team should be like top 15 at least, but they don't know how to put a lineup together. Tyler Hero, right? A shooting guard. He's playing point guard. Davion Mitchell probably should be a point guard, but he doesn't have good enough passing. Andrew Wiggins, small forward, good, right spot. Bam Adebayo, he's a center, but they have him at power forward. Kel'el Ware, their rookie center last year, was really good, so that's why they're forcing Bam to play the power forward. I'm not trying to get all nitty-picky about this guy should be here, he should be here, but this is ridiculous. You can't have everyone out of position. We gotta get to the good teams soon because the bad teams are getting me mad. Number 19, the Memphis Grizzlies. They are in for a worse year than last year. Why? They lost their best player. What am I talking about? Ja Morant's still on the team. Jaren Jackson's still on the team. Desmond Bane was their best player last year. If you looked at the advanced analytics, he was their best player. It's just the truth. He was efficient, he was a great defender, and he was healthy. He did everything. Number 18, the Indiana Pacers. Pacers fans, I am so sorry because this is horrible what's happened to you. The Pacers were looking like they would be a top 5 team this year, but it's not just the Tyrese Halliburton injury. They still would have been good, but because they realized they weren't going to win this season without Tyrese Halliburton, they got rid of Miles Turner, their center, a really good center. So losing 2 of your top 3 players, Pascal Siakam, he's still amazing, but he cannot lead this team on his own. Number 17, another tragedy, the Boston Celtics. They lost Jason Tatum. They lost Al Horford. Very underrated L. They lost Jrue Holiday. These are all winning players. I mean, Tatum's a superstar, obviously, but Horford and Jrue Holiday, they don't win a title without those 2 guys when they won 2 years ago. Now, they're still a decent team, okay? Because Peyton Pritchard, Derek White, all of these guys who didn't have like superstar roles, like they didn't play 35 minutes a game, they're more talented than most starters in the NBA. So now that they're gonna get more minutes, they're gonna carry the Celtics. The Celtics will still barely make the playoffs. But we're forgetting one more thing. They lost Kristaps Porzingis. And who did they get for Kristaps Porzingis? Georges Niang, a nobody. And he's not even on the team anymore. Number 16, this is when the good teams start, okay? Number 16, the Detroit Pistons. Cade Cunningham, bro, this guy has a chance to be the MVP this year. I'm just saying it, remember? He has a real chance. Last year, 26 points and 9 assists. You know how hard it is to do that in today's NBA? 6 rebounds per game. He's 6'6". He's a big point guard. He can play good defense. He gets steals and blocks. He does everything. But he also has help. Ausar Thompson, maybe a top 3 defender in the NBA at small forward. The real question mark right now for this team is Malik Beasley gonna return? Because Malik Beasley, he's been having a lot of issues off the court. The reason he's so important is he almost won 6th Man of the Year last season. So if he returns, they go up a few spots. They're probably like number 14, number 13. If he doesn't return, then they're 16, 17. Number 15, the San Antonio Spurs. A full season of De'Aaron Fox and Victor Wembanyama. And Victor Wembanyama should take a big leap this year. They got Stephon Castle, who won Rookie of the Year, and if that isn't enough, They miraculously got the number 2 pick last year. They drafted Dylan Harper. They've got the young guys. They got the Aaron Fox to lead them. They're number 15 today, but like in 2 years, they'll probably be a top 3 team in the NBA. Number 14, the Atlanta Hawks. Exciting team. Trae Young finally has help. They got Dyson Daniels, who I talked about earlier. He used to be on the Pelicans. Went to the Hawks. He almost won Defensive Player of the Year last year. He's amazing. The Hawks get back Jalen Johnson, who was amazing last season until he got injured and was out for the year. And they got Kristaps Porzingis. This lineup, I mean, just Trae Young, Kristaps, and Jalen Johnson, that big 3 is nasty. This is the most help Trae Young has ever had. This is the first time in his career he has a real chance to make a run. Question is, can Kristaps stay healthy? Can Jalen Johnson stay healthy? If they can, watch out. Number 13, the Milwaukee Bucks. I know, a bit low for the Bucks. You probably thought they would be at least top 10. I did too, but I had to think about it, and they are not a top 10 team. You have Giannis, you have Miles Turner. To be fair, they got a new center, Miles Turner. But ever since they lost Drew Holiday 2 years ago, they haven't been the same. They lost Damian Lillard. He's out for the year. He's on a different team. They don't have a point guard. In the playoffs, as soon as Dame went down, they were horrible. They were terrible without a point guard. And underrated. They don't have Brook Lopez anymore. Brook Lopez has been the rock for this team. Elite defense, elite 3-point scoring. When everyone else besides Giannis, when everyone else is either getting injured or playing bad, Brook Lopez was the rock of this team. They don't have him anymore. I don't think they're going to finish top 4. I think they're going to be 5, 6, maybe even 7th in the East. Number 12, the Philadelphia 76ers. This is a team that's actually higher than most people think. They were a disaster last season, but everything is pointing to a comeback. Paul George, as horrible as he was last year, he's healthier now. He'll play better. Joel Embiid, they finally realized you can't play him hurt, because when you play him hurt, he's not even that good, and he never gets fully healthy. So at least he'll be out, and you let the other guys be stars. Then you have Quentin Grimes, the new player they got in the trade deadline. This guy was averaging 10 points per game, and then all of a sudden became an all-star on the 76ers. He gets another year of development, another year in their system, and they still have Tyrese Maxey, who's always been great. So this is a team I expect to improve this year. Number 11, the LA Clippers. They tried everything to be in the top 10 this year. They got Chris Paul, they got Bradley Beal, they got Brook Lopez. I mean, they're already old with James Harden and Kawhi Leonard, who are both very good, but old. This looks like a throwback team put together. Kawhi Leonard is incredible, okay? Whenever I watch him, he's incredible. He's still pretty much at his peak. Ivica Zubac, I am high on this guy. He gets like 20 points and 20 rebound games. Who does that anymore in the NBA? Top 3 defensive center in the NBA. He is their anchor. I was talking about teams having an anchor, a rock. He is the rock for this team, and all these stars around him. When I say stars, I'm talking about James Harden and Kawhi Leonard, not Chris Paul. They're a solid team. But a lot of people actually have them higher than 11. A lot of people would say this is a top 5 team. They're not a top 5 team. Number 10, the Dallas Mavericks. Such an interesting team. So Kyrie Irving, he's gonna miss most of the season, but when he comes back, that's all that matters, because the rest of the team is gonna carry them to the playoffs. So they get Kyrie at the end of the season or the playoffs. In the meantime, you got Klay Thompson, you got Cooper Flagg, the number 1 pick. And usually you don't want a number 1 pick in this situation, but he is NBA ready. Anthony Davis still in his prime. This team has great centers. I really like this team. I'll be honest though, it's gonna be a little bit of a struggle until Kyrie comes back. Number 9, the Orlando Magic, one of the most underrated teams this season. A team that I'm telling you, people are not gonna expect it, but they might finish top 3, maybe even number 1 in the East. They have a chance at number 1. They got Desmond Bane. I told you, he was the best player on the Grizzlies. They got him. They still have Franz Wagner, who scored 24 a game last year. Paolo Banchero, another year, he's gonna level up. Wendell Carter Jr., bro. These are serious players. And their point guard, Jalen Suggs. They paid this guy so much money, and some people looked at his stats and said, wow, why did he get so much money? He is an amazing defender. He's a true point guard. He is what lets everyone else prosper. Number 8, the Golden State Warriors. If we were talking about starting lineups, this team would be like number 4, number 3. You know, they got Steph, they got Jimmy Butler, Buddy Hield, Draymond Green. When their starters are playing, they are nasty. Bro, Steph Curry's like 35, 36 years old. He's still playing like he's in his prime. Problem with the Warriors, they don't have a bench. I was talking about this in a different video. They literally have no good players on their bench. But until they get a bench, this is as high as they'll go. Number 7, the LA Lakers. Luka Doncic, second season, his first full season as a Laker. That's a big deal. Your first full year, finally you had a full summer to prepare. It's different than when you just get traded and boom, you're playing right away. Austin Reeves has been on fire. Roy Hachimura on offense, he's been pretty good. And DeAndre Ayton, the big signing the Lakers made. Finally, the Lakers have a center. I'm just gonna say, I don't think LeBron really helps this team so much. I know, it's a little crazy. But I think next year, when LeBron's gone and Luka's running the team and they get some more role players that actually fit Luka's scheme, I think the Lakers will be top 3 in the NBA. But in the meantime, LeBron's still good and they still have a chance. Number 6, the Minnesota Timberwolves. I think people don't realize how good this team is. They got cooked by my OKC Thunder, but I think people are forgetting how good they were because of that series. Anthony Edwards is only getting better every year, who everyone knows for his explosive dunks, his amazing ability to attack the basket. This guy also had the most three-pointers made in the NBA. More importantly, this team is solid all the way through. Mike Conley, true point guard. Anthony Edwards, true shooting guard. Jaden McDaniels, lockdown defense. Julius Randle, a true power forward. Rudy Gobert, a true center. Everyone in the right spot. Naz Reid, a 6th Man of the Year candidate every year off the bench. This is an amazing team. Number 5, the New York Knicks. Bro, if the Knicks could just close out games in the playoffs, they would have been in the finals. That's how good they were. You got the same 5 guys. You don't need to change it. You don't gotta change what worked. And Jalen Brunson just turned 29. All of these point guards at 29, they go crazy. So I think Brunson has an even better year. Another player who has a real chance to win MVP. There's not really any secrets with this one. They're just an amazing team. They have a chance. Number 4, the Denver Nuggets. They got the former MVP, Nikola Jokic, because he lost to SGA, but he's still the first or second best player in the NBA. Like, I am not a Jokic hater. I understand he is one of the greatest players in NBA history. Every player in the right position, every player elite. I'm not just saying good, elite. What do you mean elite? Is Christian Braun elite? Yeah. The other guys are obvious. I mean, they're all amazing. But Christian Braun last year was one of the best perimeter defenders in the NBA. The reason the Nuggets almost beat the Thunder, one of the reasons in the playoffs, is Christian Braun was giving a hard time to Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Some people doubt Christian Braun, but you shouldn't doubt him. Number 3, the Cleveland Cavaliers. What happened in the playoffs, man? What happened? They're such a hard team to rank because they're the regular season kings. I mean, they're going to probably be number 1 in the East. Donovan Mitchell is still Donovan Mitchell. Darius Garland's probably going to take another step this year. Evan Mobley was Defensive Player of the Year. Jarrett Allen. Evan Mobley and Jarrett Allen together, the best defensive duo in the NBA. They got DeAndre Hunter from the Hawks, which was a huge acquisition. The reason they're not number 2 is this isn't just a regular season ranking. Like, this is an overall team ranking. These rankings don't matter if we don't count the playoffs. And recently, the lights are too bright for the Cavaliers in the playoffs. Number 2, the the Houston Rockets, bro. Are you kidding me? You thought I was gonna say OKC's number 2? Never. Okay, not never. If I believe they were number 2, I would say it, but I don't believe it. The Houston Rockets are incredible. I still disagree with getting Kevin Durant. I think for their future, it's not good, but for this season, it makes them the second best team. Amin Thompson, he is the most electric player in the NBA, the most athletic player in NBA history. Jabari Smith Jr., Kevin Durant, Alperen Sengun, Terry Eason. Guys, this team is filled with big guys. All of them are fast. All of them, besides Amin Thompson, can hit threes. All of them can play defense. And specifically Amin Thompson and Sengun. Every year, they are just elevated. They are a nasty team, but they're not better than number 1, the Oklahoma City Thunder. Guys, let's be honest. They were number 1 last year before they won the championship. Since then, when they were already number 1, they won an NBA championship. They kept everyone. They get Nikola Topic, their first round pick from 2 years ago. He's recovered from a torn ACL. He's amazing. So they are only better. Of course, they're still number 1. And in my opinion, will be the 2026 NBA champions. But check out the 7 most valuable NBA players that are still available.